Hello everyone, welcome back to Legally Dephine. In this video, we are exploring the specialist courts in Zimbabwe. We also took the liberty of capturing the real-life footage of the courts themselves in Harare. Quick side note, our previous video covered the ordinary civil courts, including the Magistrate Court Civil Division. The footage of that court shall also be shown in this video. As usual, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Specialist courts only deals with areas that have been deemed by Parliament to require a special court. In simpler terms, specialist courts only deal with specific issues. A common example of a specialist court is the Labour Court, which only deals with labor disputes. Other examples of specialist courts include the Administrative Court, the Income Tax Court, the Commercial Court, and so on. The law that governs the employment of workers in Zimbabwe is largely contained in the Labour Act. The Labour Act enables the creation of a special court known as the Labour Court. The main function of the Labour Court is to administer justice that is sensitive to the plight of workers. The court only deals with labor disputes, and it was established in March 2003. To my side is the Labour Court of Zimbabwe, which is located in Harare. It is a specialized court dealing with labor disputes. It is located by corner Robert Mugabe and Rotendro Street. The composition of the Labour Court is specified in Section 84 of the Labour Act. According to Section 84, the Labour Court consists of a senior president, several presidents of the court, and assessors. The senior president and presidents of the court are appointed by the President of Zimbabwe after consultation with the Judicial Service Commission. A person is qualified for appointment as a president of the Labour Court if he or she is a former judge of the Supreme Court or the High Court, or is qualified to be a judge of the High Court, or has been a magistrate in Zimbabwe for not less than 7 years. Assessors have no voice in the decision on any question of law or any question relating to the admissibility of evidence, and appeals from the Labour Court lies to the Supreme Court. The jurisdiction of the Labour Court is specified in Section 89 of the Labour Act. The Labour Court is an appeal court for a variety of labor disputes and a court of first instance in a few cases. As an appeal court, the Labour Court is involved in two main situations. The first situation relates to labor disputes that are referred to for conciliation or arbitration. Under the Labour Act, most labor disputes that remain unsolved after conciliation by a labor officer are required to be referred to arbitration. After arbitration, the Labour Court comes in to hear any appeal on a question of law or any decisions of the arbitrator. The second situation is where the Labour Court hears appeals made in terms of employment codes registered under Section 101 of the Act. The employers and employees in an industry undertaking or workplace may register an employment code providing for the disciplinary rules to be observed in the industry or workplace concerned, the procedures to be followed in the event of a breach of the code, and the penalties for any breach of the code. Once an employment code has been registered, all misconduct disputes have to be dealt with in terms of the code. Appeals from the final decision made in terms of the code go to the Labour Court. Customary law disputes may be referred to special courts that have been established to preserve the application of customary law in civil disputes. There are two types of local courts. Number one, a primary court, which is presided over by a headman or other person appointed by the Minister of Justice. And number two, a community court, which is presided over by a chief or other person appointed by the Minister of Justice. The main reason for the existence of customary law courts is to provide ordinary people in rural areas with a justice system that is consistent with African customs and values. A large number of ordinary Zimbabweans regulate their lives in accordance with African customary law, and for that reason, the legal system has preserved the authority of traditional leaders to adjudicate in civil disputes requiring the application of customary law. However, it is very important to note the following points. The court can only apply customary law and nothing else. The local court is not allowed to adjudicate particular disputes, even though such disputes are governed by customary law. For example, it's not allowed to adjudicate matters involving the dissolution of a customary law marriage solemnized in terms of custom under the Marriages Act. It is also not allowed to determine custody or guardianship of minors, maintenance claims, and determining any rights in respect of land. A local court has jurisdiction to hear a case only if either the defendant stays in the local area of the court, or the case took place within the local area, or the defendant has agreed that the court should have jurisdiction. A party wishing to take a case to a local court simply has to approach the clerk of court concerned and be assisted with sending a summons. The summons may be served on the other party by either the messenger of court or police. The procedure followed in local courts is very informal and is determined by customary law. Lawyers are not allowed in local courts. A judgment given by a local court is enforceable by first registering it with a magistrate court and thereafter enforcing it like any other magistrate court judgment. This means that it can be enforced by execution of property, contempt of court proceedings, garnish order, or civil imprisonment. An appeal from the primary court presided over by a headman goes to the community court presided over by a chief. A further appeal may be made to a magistrate court and thereafter to the High Court and Supreme Court of Zimbabwe. The value of a claim before a local court should not exceed specified amounts. And also, where the amount claimed is more than the specified amount, the local court has no jurisdiction and the matter has to be initiated in a magistrate's court. The High Court Commercial Division is a specialized division of the High Court which deals with commercial disputes. The court was created to improve the ease of doing business in Zimbabwe and to quickly resolve commercial disputes according to international best practices. Section 171, subsection 3 of the Constitution allows the High Court to be divided into specialized divisions. The operations of the Commercial Court are governed by SI 125 of 2020, High Court Commercial Division Rules 2020 with subsequent amendments. Behind me is the Commercial Court of Zimbabwe. It is a division of the High Court and a specialized court dealing with commercial disputes. It is located along 4th Street close to Runare House. Let's quickly go through some of the key reasons why the Commercial Court was created. Number 1. Enhancing ease of doing business. The Commercial Court is aimed at aligning Zimbabwe's legal system with international best practices to make the country a more attractive investment destination. Number 2. Expediting dispute resolution. The Commercial Court addresses the slow pace and massive backlogs in the general civil court system, which were hindering the timely resolution of corporate, banking, and trade disputes. Number 3. Specialization. The court provides a dedicated specialized forum to handle complex, high-value, and specialized commercial cases efficiently. The fourth reason is digitalization and modernization. The court utilizes electronic filing and case management systems to streamline processes and reduce costs. Reason number 5. Supervision of arbitration. The Commercial Court plays a key role in supervising and enforcing arbitration proceedings, making it a quicker alternative to litigation. In terms of Rule 5 of the High Court Commercial Division Rules 2020, the court shall be vested with both original and appellate jurisdiction over all commercial disputes in Zimbabwe. A commercial dispute is defined in Rule 3 of the Commercial Division Rules and is quite lengthy, so make sure to go and check the actual definition of commercial dispute in the High Court Commercial Division Rules 2020, Rule number 3. The Administrative Court is a specialist court that deals with a number of issues allocated to it by various pieces of legislation. It is set up in terms of the Administrative Court Act and consists of a president of the court who is either a former judge of the High Court or Supreme Court, a person qualified for appointment as such, or a person who has been a magistrate for at least 7 years, and assessors. As I have mentioned, various statutes allocate functions to the Administrative Court, and some of the examples include the Land Acquisition Act, which gives the court in Section 7 the power to authorize or confirm acquisition of land to which there has been an objection by the owner. Regional Town and Country Planning Act, which gives the court various functions to resolve disputes between local planning authorities and any persons aggrieved by the former's proposed use of land or refusal to grant permits for development of land for certain purposes, for example, Section 11, 38, and 41 of the Act. In terms of the Water Act, the Administrative Court is the only court to which a dispute concerning the use of public water may be referred. A person appearing before the Administrative Court may be represented by a legal practitioner, but may also appear in person or be represented by any other person, even a friend, as long as that person has been appointed in writing in terms of Section 14, subsection 1 of the Administrative Court Act. In terms of Section 20, subsection 1 of the Administrative Court Act, appeals from the Administrative Court goes to the Supreme Court. Our specialist courts come in various forms and catering for various specific issues, and in this video we just covered some of the common ones. A quick recap of what we have just covered. We have our commercial court for commercial disputes, our labor court for labor issues, our customary law courts for issues which have to do with application of customary law, and we also have the administrative court which is allocated various issues from various legislations. Behind me is the Harare Magistrate Court Civil Registry. It's located along 4th Street, just opposite the Runare House. Thank you for watching and supporting us here on Legally Dephine. Make sure to engage in the comment section by typing what you learned from watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and see you on the next video.